There's this weird ass sound in my house where it kind of sounds like a how a vacuum cleaner would sound if it snored. That's kind of where it's at. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know where it's coming from. It's like this subtle. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know. Anyway, so this guy named Jinder Mahal, right? First ever Indian champion of WWE, I think. I don't even fucking know. Like, I think that a lot of times they either ignore history and just make shit up to make the current sound important, or he genuinely is the first one. It might be. Wouldn't shock me too much if he was. But anyway, he's got a theme song, right? Where this guy is basically rapping in some Indian language, which makes what I'm about to say worse because I don't even know what the fuck the language is called. But I'll bring it up because I'm just, every now and again when I hear it, there's, without thinking, I'll start to sing it. And I kind of, I don't really sing it like a douche on purpose, but I don't know what the fuck he's saying. And I don't know the lyrics at all. And I'm just wondering, like, it hit me one day as I was doing this. I was just wondering, like, is that racist? Like, is it possible to sing a song in a language that you have, like, you got no idea how to fucking speak without it sounding oddly enough like that ching chang shit people do to Chinese people? Like, I'm just wondering, is that level of racist? I know the intent's not there, but like if I were doing that and an Indian guy walked past, I wouldn't feel comfortable to continue. I don't know if that person even speaks that language. Again, don't know what the fuck the language is. But I don't know if they speak it. I don't know any of that shit. I don't know this person, but I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that because, like, I don't want to offend people who don't deserve to be offended. Like, there are some people who I thoroughly enjoy offending. It's not a blank, not blank slate. It's not a what is it, like a wash? I don't know. It's not a statement that's covering everything. Yes. So like certain people, no problem, but people who don't deserve it like that, I don't want to offend them, and I don't want to come off as being like a douche. But I like the song, so what the fuck? Like, what do I do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. People I don't mind offending though are people, and we're sticking on race. We're sticking on race right now. But there are people who I've encountered who somehow magically think that black people are better just because they're black. I don't fucking understand that mentality. I'm just, as usual, where I get a lot of my fucking I guess ammo. I don't know. A lot of my inspiration to come on here and talk shit. Just scrolling through Facebook, and I just see all these posts about black people thinking they kings and queens and shit. And I'm just like, do you know what a king or a queen is? Cause you can't know and then call yourself that. Like, who do you rule over? Who do you run? Like, what? Who are you the boss of? Because your kids don't even do what you want them to fucking do. So who the fuck is in this kingdom? Like, what the? I just, that's one thing. Not the one thing, because there are more, but that's one thing that bugs me about black people. Like, black people ain't like, don't rubber band racism. Just because one race has been telling you that you're worse and you're nothing and all of this shit for years, don't rubber band back and just be like, yeah, I'm the best fucking thing here. Like, no. You're the same. You're the same as everyone else. We're not in the same positions, but we're the same biologically. We're not better just because we're brown. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's weird. That's a weird mentality to even have in your brain as a person. If you're walking around in a system that's kind of working against you, but you think you're better than everybody fucking else, it's gonna make you make some bad decisions, some questionable choices in your life. You know, like, maybe that chick over there doesn't need her purse. You know what I'm saying? And like, why would we just don't do that. Just don't think that way. Of course, it's so easy to just tell people not to think that way, but it doesn't work. It doesn't like it'd be like telling people tell Donald Trump facts over Twitter, and I'm like, what are you doing? like, what people like? I've seen it happen hundreds of times. People just tell him a fact straight, just fucking right in the face. Like, this is what this is. This is proof. He either ignores the shit outright, full stop, or he just says the shit's not real. I don't understand how this happened. And like, what I do believe now, having seen the way it has been laid out over the past, I don't know how many fucking weeks, months, that it feels like we needed Trump as a linchpin. And I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. I think the word I want is catalyst. I don't know. I think that Donald Trump is this cause, this thing that has pushed us as a nation of, well, that has pushed how do I put this? Okay, we the sane it has pushed us sane people within this country so far that we've just said, okay, we're not dealing with shit that we used to deal with. Like, when there wasn't a man who bragged about sexual assault in the White House. Sexual assault probably ran just as rampant as it does now, but people were less inclined to talk about it because, you know, fear of losing their jobs and all this other shit. But when you see Trump and you see the people Trump is empowering, it's just like, I can't take this from this side and this side. Fuck that. Something's got to happen. Right? Like something's got. I think that just because we have Trump as a president, that's where all of this is coming from. That's where all of this, you know, outing of all these sexual predators and stuff it is stemmed from. It's just from people just getting pushed too fucking far. And so, like, I think, and this, I don't believe I'm going to say this, I think that's the good side to this presidency, is that we have a person who's going to force us to change in a good way. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the silver lining we get, because boy, it is a very dark cloud, which pains me to say, because I actually like dark clouds and rain and stuff. I actually find those aesthetics pleasing, but in this case, whew, it's a dark cloud. It's a really, really, really dark cloud. What else was I gonna talk about? I saw some movies recently, and it turns out they were all about at least somewhat perceived crazy women. It's very interesting. I saw Ingrid Goes West. I saw MFA. I'm thinking because I want to make sure I get those initials right. Yes, it was MFA because it meant Masters of Fine Arts. That one was interesting too. I saw Kidnap, and that was about the best kind of crazy woman and the worst at the same time, but I'm not going to give that away. And oh shit, I forgot the last one. I fucking forgot. Okay, I think I can actually. Yeah, the girl on the train. The girl on the train. That was nuts. That was nuts. I'm not gonna get too far into any of them in case you haven't seen any of them, but I would just say that I would recommend watching those. Probably watch MFA first and Kidnap probably last, if you can choose and you're just like watching them all in one sitting. I'd probably do that. You're just gonna have to trust me. But there were some good films. They were good. They were good. I'm working on one called Amelia 2.0. I don't know if it's such a good film. It's one of those movies where, as you're watching it, you're thinking, is this like some college team's final project? Like, is that what this is? Is this like a real movie with, like, you know, studios? Or is this like a low budget thing? Or is it just really supposed to be weird and awkwardly acted? Is that like an aesthetic thing? Are they doing this on purpose? Like it's weird. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm trying real hard. I'm trying real hard, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But I mean, I guess I could give you somewhat of an overview of these movies I actually recommend. All right, so MFA, without getting into too much spoiler territory, is about an art student who encounters the difficulties of reporting rapists to college higher-ups, and when she goes to try to get justice for people who've been victims of this crime, she runs into very current, like, it's like the movie's reporting on the way colleges react to that sort of thing, and the way she reacts to it is very extreme and interesting. That's MFA. Kidnap is about a woman whose kid is taken, and it's almost as if they were gonna make a female version of Taken, except the woman doesn't have the skills that I forgot his name, that guy hadn't taken, and the person who is taken is not an adult. Those are like the two main differences. It's still very actiony. It's not the same kind of action, obviously, because, you know, she doesn't have those skills, but you know what I'm saying. The girl on the train is very difficult to sum up because I don't exactly know, like, I don't really know how to I don't know how to sum that up without giving it away. There's a girl obviously on the train who sees things that at first entice her and then kind of move her to action because she doesn't exactly like what she sees anymore. You know what? You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. What else did I see? Shit. Oh, there are two other movies I saw and I thought were fucking crazy and were about crazy ass women. One was a movie called Bitch. Let me explain this madness. Okay, so a mom, right? A mom gets so fucking stressed out, right, that she snaps. She just loses all her shit. And she, like, I don't know if it's like a supernatural thing or if it's a mental thing, but she either swaps bodies with a dog or she just becomes a dog mentally. And you'd have to watch it to like get your own interpretation out of it, because one thing I will spoil is that they don't tell you. So you don't know which it is or like what happens exactly, but she is a dog in a woman's body, basically. And I mean, outside of like humping shit, I don't think anything that dogs do wasn't at least somewhat covered. As far as, well, there are a few things, but I ain't gonna go into them because that's gross. But what I'm saying is just like that, you know, there's a lot of shit, there's a lot of feces rolling around in this movie. That's all I'll say. You just gotta watch it. It's fucking nuts. And there's this Korean movie called The Villainess. Whew! Okay, so what this does, it opens. All right, I don't know if you've ever seen Old Boy, but Old Boy has this scene in it in a hallway where it's one guy beating the shit out of a whole lot of other guys. Right. The Villainous does that in its opening scene, but with a woman, and it's in first person. And she just fucks up this whole hall of dudes and then goes into a gym and fucks all them up. And it's just, it's great. It's great. But there's a lot of craziness in that movie. There's a lot of fucking banana hammock nuts shit going on in that movie. It's great. It's very well done. The story is very interesting and it keeps you going. Man, that chick, whew, you want to talk about that particular set of skills. She fucking had them. All right, so there's a few movie recommendations. Let's get on over. Oh boy, let's go on over to this. This here headline. Let's get over to this headline. All right. Okay, so I'm really starting to think that this site is giving out fake shit. I'm starting to turn that corner of thinking that these stories have got to be fake. All right, so babysitter transported to hospital after inserting a baby in her vagina. This can't be real. This can't. Cincinnati, Ohio. See, that makes me think that it's not real because it's not Florida. If this happened in Florida, I'd have to toss my hands up like, hey, it's possible. Oh shit, sorry. Didn't silence my phone and I'm getting messages about people tweeting shit that I don't care about. Anyway, Cincinnati, Ohio, a 31-year-old woman was admitted to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center yesterday after the 14-month-old toddler she was babysitting got stuck in her vaginal cavity. Now, I think we need to reword this sentence because the toddler didn't get stuck, okay? The toddler wasn't fucking crawling around and got hooked on a fucking rope on the inside and couldn't get its leg free. Like, no. This is not some baby crawling through a vent, okay? This is a woman shoving a kid up her snatch box. That's just, no. Latifah Brown, we start by talking about how black people ain't necessarily better. And then we come to a brown woman named Latifah. All right. Latifah Brown called 911 around 9:30 p.m. last night, reporting that she had a baby stuck in her vagina. I mean, you just gotta be on the phone one night. You're doing your job. You're at dispatch. You pick up the phone, you go through your normal rigmarole of, answering the potential emergency, and there's a person saying they have a baby in their fucking snatch box, and then you gotta think, okay, do I hang up the phone? Do I hang up the phone and fucking clear up the line for a real emergency? Because there's no fucking way. There's no way that you're just gonna fucking do that. Because here's the thing about vaginas, right? Here's the thing, okay? It's a curiosity thing, not a I know shit thing, because I don't know this. I know the vaginas stretch heavily for babies coming out of the womb, right? But can you do that again to put something back? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never, because I would assume it just fucking really hurts. It's not just a fucking catch-all stretch thing that you could just, I want to just, I don't really got a purse. Let me just throw my wallet up there. Like, I don't think it's storage. So if it's not storage, how the fuck do you get a baby that's even bigger than the one that came out to go back? I'm calling shenanigans. I'm thinking this is shenanigans. All right. The operator first assumed that she was giving birth at home. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Okay. That's a good reason not to hang up the phone. Thought she was giving birth and dispatched an ambulance to the site. The paramedics had quite a surprise when they arrived on the site and saw what was actually happening. Bunch of bullshit is what was actually happening. One of the paramedics, Brian Whitmore, related the incident in an interview with WBNS 10 TV. And he quotes, "The little boy wore a diaper and pajamas, but he had his legs and abdomen stuck in the woman's vagina." Did the pajama bottoms make it back out? As a father, I understand the importance of a good pair of pajama bottoms. And I'm just thinking, like, there's probably no way those pajama bottoms made it out. At least not the way they went in. So I don't know. I'm just thinking. Okay, the paramedics spent more than an hour on the site trying to release the child. Damn, an hour? What the fuck kind of clamp? Alright, they spent more than an hour on the site trying to release the child from his difficult position, but were unable to get the toddler out? Is the baby still in the snatch box? I don't know how she got the child in there! Exclamation point. We were both pulling as strong as we could and he wouldn't come out. Was the kid like doing a split trying to hang on? That's fucked up, I know. That's fucked up to say / think, I know, but still. Miss Brown. Oh, let's not call her Miss Brown. You're not Miss Brown. You're this chick. This chick and the child were finally transported to the hospital where doctors were able to separate them after a delicate operation. Yeah, I'm sure it was delicate. Cut the snatch box open now. You gotta do a cesarean for a kid that ain't even yours. It's fucking weird, man. And then, like, these people are like, these are grown men yanking on a baby. Really? So pulling as strong as they can. They're just yanking this kid by the fucking torso. Like, get the fuck out! The fuck out! Like, really? Y'all weren't scared you were gonna fucking sever his spine and shit? Anyway, the young boy suffers from a dislocated hip. Right, because the dumbass cops yanking on him like some kind of fucking, I don't know, thing you yank on. But doctors don't think he will suffer any sequelae? The fuck word is that? Sequuelae. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Sequelae? Looks kind of like sequel. So, like, subsequent damage probably is what it means. So they don't think he will suffer any of that shit from the incident. The paramedic says he was shocked when he arrived on the scene and saw the fully dressed toddler caught in the woman's vagina. Yeah, didn't really need to read that again. The babysitter was interrogated by police and confessed to deliberately inserting the child in her vaginal cavity. What the fuck else is she gonna say? Well, nah, we was play wrestling and he did a drop kick and, like, what the fuck? Why was an interrogation even necessary? Just cuff her ass and put her in a fucking box. Put her ass in a cage. This fucking animal in a cage. Like, that's just, you ain't gotta ask no questions. How the fuck else? Like, what was she, napping? And the kid got curious. Who was that? What? How else could this have fucking happened? She explained that she was feeling depressed after her doctor told her she could never have children and wanted to know how it felt to give birth. Motherfucker, that ain't how it feels. That's not how it feels. That's the reverse of how it feels. And it wouldn't feel like that because it's 14 months after the fact. It's not gonna fucking feel like that. That's so stupid. You wanna know what it's like to give birth? I won't go into detail, but I feel like I just gave birth to a mountain in the toilet. You can do that. Alright? Eat a good amount of fiber. Just go. You know, that's as close as I'm ever gonna fucking get to feeling that. And I'm fine with that. But shit, man, you don't go trying to put babies up your snatch box. You don't do that. Alright, so this chick now faces a total of 11 criminal... Damn! 11 criminal charges? How do you squeeze 11 charges out of trying to shove a kid up your snatch? How is that 11? How is that 11? Like, she didn't beat the shit out of the kid first. So how is that one thing 11 different charges? Like, if I don't know about y'all, but to me, that could just be one, maybe two, like, you know, some type of assault charge to the kid. That should be enough, right? Like, you should go to jail for a very, very long time for just trying to hurt a child, period. That should be the only charge that's fucking necessary. Am I wrong? You gotta come up with 11? I don't understand. 11 criminal charges, including aggravated child neglect. That's not neglect. That's not neglect. That's like assault. That's not really neglect. Neglect is when the kid is in a fucking vase head first, and you're like, I guess that's just their head now. Like, that's neglect. Neglect isn't when you actually take the child and have them do the plunge inside you. Like, that's not neglect. That's weird. All right, whatever. So, including aggravated child neglect causing bodily harm, and could spend up to 65 years in prison. Her lawyer has asked for a psychiatric evaluation, claiming that she isn't fit to stand trial. Depending on the results of the evaluation, her trial could begin in June. So, when the fuck did this happen? When did this? I don't see a date. Huh. There could be more evidence that it didn't. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's some, I don't know. I don't know when the fuck this happened. Okay, so, I mean, it happened at some point in late 2017. So probably around October, November, that window. So, oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't. The picture that they provide. Ooh. She's a rough looking woman. She's rough. She's rough. She looks like she's seen and done some shit. I will say that. So if they did make this up, they picked a good picture to convince a human. Yeah, that's a whew, it's a rough looking. Whew. All right, so kid got stuck up there. I wonder if that kid will remember anything. That's what I wonder. I'm just like, will that always be in the back of this kid's head? Like some chick tried to shove me in her. Not in a sexual way or nothing, just both feet. And I got stuck and people were yanking me and fucked up my hip a little. I walk a little strange now, but you know, a little weird. I was fucked up and I'm gonna stop. Oh goodness. Human beings. Ugh. I don't know what we're gonna do with them. But on that note, thanks a lot for listening. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next video.